Hey, Coach. How's it going? We'll just get an opening statement from you, and then we'll open the floor to questions.
All right, let me see the screen here. All right. Before we get started, we had two players out tonight due to health and safety protocols, Jake Laravia and Rob McCray. And that's all I'm going to comment on that. I got these guys up here with me, my five walk-ons, and they were a big part of this win tonight, even though they didn't get a play, because they ran that offense that VMI runs really, really well over the last 48 hours. Now, maybe it didn't look like, we guarded it very well in the first half, and we did it, and we'll get to that. But a lot of credit goes to Miles Lester, J.R. Mathis, Grant Van Beveren, R.J. Kenna, and Kevin Dunn for helping us bring this victory home. And so I told them they can't say anything right now, but maybe we'll open it up to questions to them later. VMI shredded us in the first half. I knew this was going to be a really hard game. I don't know if a lot of people listened to me about it, but I know this is the 12th time I've played them. We tried to run a defense that we typically ran against it at East Tennessee State. We tried to box it in when the ball went to the 5-man. What does that mean? Well, when he caught it, we basically zoned up, and they Suns cut the slot. They burn the back door. Sometimes they double burn the back door. It's really hard. And if you're guarding the back door and your guy doesn't get it and he runs out to the corner and you don't stay in the gaucho, then they're back dooring again. And so we were really messed up. And so at halftime, we adjusted. And we just played our man straight up, man to man. And we switched the 5-man ball screen so he could not pop. You can't not switch the 5-man ball screen because he can make that shot. And I thought our guys did an unbelievable job in the second half. We only had one turnover in the second half. They were 4 for 17 from three. Ended up making 13 their average, but they're on a pace to make 20. And guys, I've seen them do it. They made 20 in my last year in the SoCon tournament against Sanford. We did get some second chance points in the second half. Londas obviously was big time. We didn't shoot well from the field, but we were 28 for 31 from the free throw line, so that's deceptive. I just thought it was a really gritty, grimy, tough win. We came a long ways from when we were down against LSU at Thanksgiving. We fractured a little bit. We let adversity get to us. I thought we really showed some character tonight. A lot of credit to our fans. I thought they were really engaged. You could hear them. They were fired up. And with that, I'll open up for questions.
Hey, Steve, how proud are you that your team just couldn't get over the hump for the longest period of time? The deficit was 6 for seemingly forever, but then they kept getting the defensive stops to give you a chance.
That's the only way you got a chance to win those, Les. Is if the ball's not going in the hole, then you got to continue to get stops. I wanted to score and call a timeout, and I kept thinking we were going to score, and then Davian shot one that went all the way down and came out, and I about passed out. But I finally made it, and I called timeout. I think Alanis might have got fouled. I don't remember. But, yeah, I'm really proud of them. But, again, we told them, hey, man, if you don't guard, we're not going to win, okay? And the other thing is it's real important to win. We didn't win the first 4, obviously. We got whooped. But we got better in the middle 8, and we kept chipping away. And I kept telling them each media timeout, we can't lose a media timeout. We can't lose a media timeout. The only one I think we were lost by 1 was the 16 to the 12. And then after that, I think we won pretty much every one from there on out. But a lot of credit to Dan and his team. I'll never play him again. I told him that. I'm 12-0, and I'm done. And I think he's one heck of a basketball coach. I love their kids. They're tough for the right reasons. Man, Stevens, I've coached since his freshman year. He's one of the most improved players I've ever seen.
Steve, it seemed like Alonda's had a lot of success driving the ball, drawing fouls. Is it just as simple as telling him to stay aggressive, or are you even saying anything to him in that moment? What goes into that sequence for him?
I think it's, giving him confidence. And then I think it's having the right scheme. One of the advantages of playing them so many times is teams get so caught up because they play matchup zone and man, trying to figure it out. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I have a couple good things we go to, and then we go to it when it starts working. And then the second half, we got them really low on the court, set the ball screen. They tried to go under it. We made them pay. Lonnis got to the middle of the court, made shots, kicked it out. Davian did it. We call that follow five. But that's something we've been running against them for a long time. I've watched so much film on them, and teams get so caught up in just jacking threes because it's a matchup zone. It's really man-to-man. And so Alondas stayed aggressive, and that's what we needed to have happen, not just settle for threes, but put pressure on the rim. And then we only had 3 offensive rebounds in the first half. Finally got some big offensive rebounds in the second half. But the hard part is there now. You go to that offensive rebound, you don't get it. You got to get back because they're going and they're shooting that. You see guys, poor Isaiah Musius a couple of times was shaking his head at me like, "Coach, you shot it from the WF." I said, "Yeah, I told you he was going to." It's kind of like when I coached Chris Lofton at Tennessee. I used to love it. He'd make a shot from the half court, and all the players would be looking over at the bench, and they'd be saying, "I told you he was going to do that." And Kerfman's that kind of player.
Steve, what kind of lift did Cameron Hildreth give you off the bench today?
Oh, tremendous energy, the defense. He too got inside the defense. Alondas and Cam got inside the defense. He put pressure on the rim. Now, he's a freshman. He's having a hard time. We boxed it in the first half. We switched it up in the second half. I think sometimes he was still boxing it in the second half. I had to correct him a few times, but you can't ever these guys will tell you can't ever underestimate hard play. And he's a hard playing dude. He's a downhill playing dude. And he's a 50-50 ball guy. And I thought he played really well.
Steve, you said the team showed character tonight. Given the fact that you didn't have LaRavia, was there anything you felt you learned about your team in that second half?
Josh, I've always been a next man up guy. Life's full of adversity on and off the court, and you can either feel sorry for yourself or you could keep fighting. And we got really good players, so it's just the next man up. The thing that I learned more about anything was that when we got down, we had a lot of fight in us to come back, and things weren't going good. They weren't, and they were playing really well, and they had a lot of confidence. But they came in here with 3 wins in a row. It's not like they didn't have confidence, and so I think I learned more about just the character overall of our team. Obviously, we miss Jake, that captain obvious. But we got to keep playing. They don't say, "Well, we can't play this game." We got to keep playing.
And which of the VMI or which of these walk-ons were the best of the shooters simulating that VMI offense?
Oh, well, we got Miles, Kerfman, Lester right here. Okay. JR is a really good example of the point guard. I can't remember. Oh, number 2, right, guys? Bonham. He's Bonham. Okay. We got Stevens over here. All right. Is that right, guys? Okay. Which one of you was Sean Conway? Not Sean Connery, Sean Conway. I think he's the 3. He's the 3.
That was me.
You were the 4, man. Let me tell you something. And I call Kevin Ryan Dunn every day because I went to school with Ryan Dunn. I can't help it. I'm old. All right. Kevin made more shots today in practice than I've ever seen him make and shoot around. And I really was not happy about that. All right. He knows that he's supposed to miss to give me confidence, but he was draining them today. So, yeah, that's the breakdown of the team.
Steve, does the energy that you felt from the fans today give you optimism that when this thing starts to fill up later in the season, that you're going to have the home court atmosphere that you're looking for?
Yeah, but one thing about me, I'm always an optimistic person. I'm a glass half full guy. And so I've always been I've been very happy with our crowd up to this point. They'll keep coming. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we can't control, and so I'm just super pleased that everybody that showed up tonight, and it'll show up against Boston College next week. And if it's more and more and more, then great, but less, I came here because of that. I came here because I know what this place has been and what will it once again become. And it's not going to happen overnight, but we are 10-1. We're taking care of our business, and just keep spreading the word. You guys have any questions before I take these guys out of here? Anybody got any questions for our great walk-on team here?
Miles, was this the most fun scout you've had, given you get to shoot as much as you probably did?
I'd say it's up there. Georgia Tech last year, they run kind of a similar Princeton offense. And I think it was a similar thing that last year we kind of took Georgia Tech out of their offense because we ran it so well in practice that they ended up not running as well as we did pretty much.
But not the first game, Miles, the
second game. Definitely clarify that one. First game, we forgot about that one. But yeah, it was a fun one to run. I mean, as you saw, that guy launch one from 40 feet. So yeah, you got to try to emulate that.
And he made it.
Yeah,
and he made it. What else?
All right, guys. Anything else for Coach and crew? All right.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
All right, boys. All right, let's get one.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, I'm about to say, I ain't know Alondis.
Not bad.
Hey, how he
All right.
playing? I might as well be Alondis, huh?
All right. Well, we'll open the floor to Isaiah now.
Isaiah, just how good did it feel to knock down that corner three and put you guys in the lead for the first time in the entire game?
Shoot. I mean, I work for those moments. Like every single day in the gym, like I've just ramped up my hours in the gym since I got back from my senior year, and I told myself I'm gonna work as hard as I can every single day, no matter if I don't feel like getting out, no matter if I'm tired. Like I'm just gonna work for those moments, and that moment came to hit a big shot to put us up, and then I came out and hit that shot. So I just take a test of my teammates as well. I mean, they keep breathing confidence in me every single day. Like no matter if I have a bad shooting day or a good shooting day, just tell me keep going. I didn't hit a couple in the first half and came out and hit that big one. So that continues to show, like, no matter if you have that quick memory, no matter how many you miss, no matter how many you make, keep moving on to the next play.
Isaiah, can you give us a sense of what it was like trying to respond to those early defensive struggles and what seemed like unlimited range for them?
Yeah, I mean, VMI is they're a really great team. The scouting report, they shoot a lot of threes. We had to make adjustments. Obviously, it was frustrating and tough in the first half. We came into the second half, made some really great adjustments. The coaching staff did an amazing job, and we just, followed the plan and came out with a lot more energy. We went up, I think, 12. We went on a 12-0 run the first, 3-4 minutes of the game. And then I really think that set the tone for the rest of the game. I think we came out and just, built on that momentum.
Zay, can you just talk about what it's like to play with Alondis, like when he's playing out of his mind like that? How does that help the guys around him?
It's crazy to watch, man. Like he just is able to do whatever he wants on the floor. I mean, he can get to the basket. If he wants to grab a rebound, he's going to grab a rebound. If he wants to block your shot off the backboard, he's going to do that too. If he wants to shoot a three in your face, he's going to do that. Like he just creates so much for the team and makes it easier for a lot of guys. And it's amazing to play with him. He's such an unselfish guy. He's probably the funniest. He is the funniest dude on the team, making dudes laugh. Like he never gets too high. Like he never, is a guy that's going to become Hollywood. He's always going to be, the guy who always go out to eat, do something. So, having that type of mentality and then playing at that high of a level, I mean, that's special. You don't really get to be around a lot of those guys. So, I cherish every moment with him, and the team does as well. So he's an amazing player, and he's going to do a lot of great things. And, it's the reason why, we've been so successful up to this point.
Zay, you were 1 for 7 before the last 2 threes. Is there a little bit of Brandon Childress in you to keep shooting, even though it hasn't been your night?
Yeah, I mean, I it's a test of the work. Like I've put in thousands and thousands of shots. So at the end of the day, I'm never gonna get down on myself if I miss a couple. I'm gonna keep shooting like the next one's going in. So that, and it was a test tonight. I mean, I think I only hit 1 in the first half. I had missed 4 in the first half, and second half, I came out and hit the first one, and I was like, I'm getting it going. So, and I just kept shooting, and I hit some big shots. So just continue to like, stay, the course on my work and stay confident in myself, no matter the night, because you never know when that big moment comes. If you have that shot, you got to shoot it. You can't second guess yourself. No matter who it is, you can go over 20, and that when that time comes to shoot that shot, like you have to remember how much work you put in and shoot it like you shot the last couple, and just make sure it goes in. So.
Isaiah, I'm sure that the staff installed a healthy amount of respect for VMI entering the game, but did you guys ever imagine you'd look up at the scoreboard and be down 17 late in the first half? And then how did you guys like mentally respond to that?
No, I mean, we respected them, and we knew that this was going to be a dogfight. I mean, we were boxing in a little bit on the defensive end, and they were hitting tough shots. I mean, they hit a couple of deep ones. I mean, one dude shot it from the logo, and I was like, oh my gosh, like they're shooting it from deep. So, they're a really great team. They're going to be really good in the SoCon. They're disciplined. They play together well. They understand who they are on the court. And, that game was a test for us because you're going to meet those teams in the NCAA tournament when it's, 2-3 games in, and it's one of those teams that have that really tough offense. So this prepared for us, and we understand where we're at, and we're going to continue to grind that out and make sure that we build on this game.
Isaiah, how gratifying is this win when you don't play as well as you wanted to play? You're able to fight back from a 17-point deficit and get the victory.
I mean, it just really shows that, no matter what's going on, we're going to always find a way to win, no matter if, we might not be hitting shots early, we might have a couple of defensive mistakes, but we're going to find a way to win the game. Like at the end of the day, when the buzzer go off, that last buzzer, we're going to be victorious. So that's just the mentality that we have is, we stay the course, stay the plan throughout the whole game, ups and downs. Because that's just the game of basketball. No matter at any level, like, it's going to be ups and downs. You're going to have some times where you go down, you have some times you go up, but the teams that are able to come out on top are the teams that really stay level throughout the entire game. And I think we're understanding that. And I think that's our mentality every single day in practice. And when we step on the floor to play, is just continuing to stay as level-headed as possible throughout the entire game.
Isaiah, can you give us the significance of having 10 wins this early in the season, especially with the experience that you had to go through last year?
I haven't had 10 wins this early, so it's been it's been amazing feeling. Like I go home and just sit on the couch and just like, man, like, it's been a minute since I've won games. So a test of my team, and I'm just so happy to be in this position right now and continuing to work and get better. And we're just going to continue to this, and we're on an incline right now. Every single day we come in and understanding that no matter what happened the last game, we're on to the next one. We're on to the next practice, but we take it day by day, every moment. Like tomorrow, we're going to take care of tomorrow's practice. We're not going to look too early ahead. We're going to make sure tomorrow we take care of our bodies, prepare for the next game. And then the next day we do the same thing. And I think that's just the mindset that, I've created for myself with the whole team is just taking it one moment at a time because, it goes fast. You're talking about we're already 11 games in. The season's going by fast. So you take every single moment, don't ever take any moment for granted, cherish every moment you got, every second you got, with the team because, it goes fast. So I'm just excited and super blessed to be in this position. And I'm just excited to just continue to, show the world that, we better than what everybody thought. So.
Anything else for Isaiah, guys? All right. Thank you, Isaiah. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all always.
Thank you.
That's it for us.